do not deceive you. Thomas Frank has got the sack from Spurs with immediate effect. Less than 8 months in charge, guys, and he is gone. He's out the gap. He's finished. 1 second, guys. Thomas Frank is gone, guys, and that's it. That's all there is about it. A shock to most people, I think. I think maybe they heard news that maybe he might be let go. But less than 8 months after being in charge, guys, Thomas Frank is out of there with Spurs lying currently in 16th place in the league, 5 points above the relegation zone. I think I can speak for all Gooners, guys, for all Arsenal fans, when I say that we hoped he would stay in charge forever and bring the club down a division and they would get relegated. But there you go. You can't have everything in life, guys. He's out of there. Who's going to come in? That is the question. 6th permanent manager in 7 years. That's what Spurs are looking for at the moment. Thomas Frank is out of there, guys. That's all there is about it. Less than 8 months in charge, and he is history, as we say in the business. Spurs fans booed Frank and chanted for his sacking during the 2-1 defeat to Newcastle. Newcastle are a decent team now. Spurs are 16th in the table, 5 points above the drop zone, and have won just twice in their last 17 games. Jesus Christ. But yeah, when you see their fans walking around, even though they've never won anything really in their history, let's face it, a couple of cups here and there, they'd be walking around, and a couple of cup finals where they bottled it, but their fans be walking around like they're fucking Liverpool, or like they're United, or like they're Arsenal, like they've actually won more than 10 titles. That is far from the truth, guys. So I don't know what be going on with the fans, but yeah, they've had to eat some humble pie recently. The club has taken the decision to make a change in the men's head coach position, and Thomas Frank will leave today, a statement said. Thomas was appointed in June 2025, and we have been determined to give him the time and support needed to build for the future together. However, results and performances have led the board to conclude that a change at this point in the season is necessary. Yeah, they could have been relegated. Yeah, the last thing they want is for the club to be relegated, for the team to be relegated. That would be very embarrassing for them. Throughout his time at the club, Thomas has conducted himself with unwavering commitment, giving everything in his efforts to move the club forward. We would like to thank him for his contribution and wish him every success in the future. Coffee cup, gaff, cup exits and low win percentage. Frank's brief Spurs encounter. Frank left Brentford in June to replace Ange Postecoglou after the Australian was sacked despite winning the Europa League. But the ex-Bees boss failed to win over the Tottenham faithful, with a short tenure littered with setbacks, including drinking from a coffee cup, which carried the badge of rivals Arsenal. That really was the end, I think, for him, the coffee cup situation. You know what I mean? Frank exits having won just 13 of his 38 games in charge, with the loss to Newcastle giving him the worst Premier League percentage. Guys, I see there's 13 people watching, yeah? Do me a favour, guys, sub to the channel. I don't care if you're Spurs, United, Liverpool, Chelsea. I want you all. Sub to the channel, guys. Smash that like. Drop a comment once it's respectful. I don't want any bullshit comments in the chat, guys, because you will be blocked immediately. And if I find you, snap. You know what I mean? Big up, bro. He got his P45, man. He got his marching orders. They laid it down twice flat. I think they had to really, because all joking aside, I honestly think the club would be relegated with him. I honestly think they would be relegated. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. 5 points above the relegation zone. Hapless on the field. I mean, it's like St. Totteringham's Day all over again, guys. They are getting relegated. Yeah, the new manager that comes in, he's going to have to really pull things out of the fire, yeah. And the players, they're going to have to really dig in now. They're going to have to really come out and do it. But here's the thing, right? I know he was the Brentford coach, yeah? And they are Premier League. But here's the thing. If the team isn't right, if the system isn't correct, if the manager isn't doing what he should be doing, picking the right players in the right positions, the right tactics for every game, the Premier League is a very difficult league. I mean, there's no easy games. I don't care what anybody says, there are no easy matches. No easy matches. Like recently we beat Sunderland, yeah, the Gooners I'm talking about, Arsenal, we overcame Sunderland. For a while it was 1-0 and we were on the rack. They had us. So I'm just going to say that there are no easy games, yeah. And if the team is not absolutely on it, you're going to get in trouble. They're gone. They have Arsenal and Liverpool next. They're definitely going down. It's going to be tricky for them, yeah. They need a serious turnaround in fortunes. They need serious firepower. They need everybody to get on board to rescue the club. But you want to seriously think that they're going to be relegated? Fuck, interesting stuff. Just got the TV on here, guys, in case you see the flashing lights. So don't worry about that. But yeah, fucking hell, if they get relegated, I mean, Amorim to Spurs, Jesus, God. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, seriously, and I hate Spurs. I wouldn't wish it on them, man. I would not wish it on them. What's going on with you anyway? You got no work today. You're just free and easy. Or you're one of the lucky ones that retired. I've actually got no work today, so I'm not feeling the best anyway the last couple of days because the weather here in Switzerland, guys, has been shit. And I'm Irish, I know what it's like to live in a country with crap weather. But somebody definitely came into my job last weekend and fucking I got sick because of it. If I find out who that is, they'll be sleeping with the fishes. He is taking Arteta's job at the end of the season. Jesus God, please no. Fucking hell, Ruben Emery, man. I wouldn't wish him on my worst enemy. The man is just so arrogant. It's unreal. It's unreal how arrogant he is. I mean, his press conferences, he was on a different planet. I mean, United only drew yesterday, but it was a good result away at West Ham. And they've been very good. They beat Arsenal, they beat City, they beat Arsenal. They've won 4 of the last 5, 4 wins and a draw under Carrick. So you tell me, yeah, it's the same team that Amorim had. Just came back from Greece and the weather here is depressing, yeah. And here in Switzerland, it's no better, yeah. I'm actually going to Colombia next month for 10 days. But I'm looking forward to actually getting a bit of sunshine. You know what I mean? Get a trim, put on the old shorts, try not to look like a foreigner, try not to get mugged. But yeah, fuck it. I'm going to be going to Colombia anyway, and I'm going to be getting some sun for 10 days. And that's all there is about it. But fuck it, Amorim anyway, like I said, I want to wish him on my worst enemy. Jesus, what an awful manager. I mean, terrible. Just shocking. But Thomas Frank, back to business, yeah? They won 13 out of 38 games, with the loss to Newcastle giving him the worst Premier League percentage of any Spurs manager in the Premier League era. Spurs looking for their 6th manager in 7 years. I'm off to Gran Canaria next month. Gran Canaria. I've been there, but a long time ago. I'm going back more than 25 years. First I went to Tenerife, then I went to the Gran Canaria. I was never in Lanzarote. But I think it was the same. Like, I grew up in the Republic of Ireland. I think it was the same as England and Scotland and Wales, same as the UK. Package holidays to fucking Tenerife were the thing for us when we were younger. You know what I mean? It was cheap. There was a big Irish community out there. Big English too, of course. But I remember Gary Lineker's bar out there back in the day. I don't know, is that still in Tenerife I'm talking about, yeah? But I remember Lineker's bar back in the day. Holland played England. Holland won 2-0. And there was very ugly scenes after that game, I remember. There was at least 1,000 English fans in the bar, yeah, watching it. And the Dutch were there. I remember there was some ugly scenes after that game. We were across the road in Fitzpatrick's, the Irish bar. Obviously, we were going to hop on for the Dutch if there was a problem, needless to say. There was a couple of saucy boys in the Irish bar, I'm not going to lie. But some couple of animals, you could say. You know, the Irish guys, the women are worse than the men when they get going. Trust me, they can throw the hands. They throw the hands with the best of them. They're throwing the hands. That's why I became an Arsenal fan, you know, to kind of decrease the tensions. Yeah, it's good you're going out to get a bit of the sun, though. I'm going to be heading across the fucking ocean anyway. Heading far, far away over to Colombia. Like I said, hopefully I won't be mugged. But all joking aside, Thomas Frank, I was actually hoping he would stay in charge a while longer until they were relegated. But now I had been informed that they will actually be relegated. It will not stop the relegation, so that's good news. As it stands, the early indications are that an interim appointment till the end of the season is the most likely route the club will take, although there does not appear to be an obvious choice. I've been away 3 times from March last year. Ah, nice. Last March, I went to Thailand. Last June, I went to Colorado in the United States. Then in September, I went back to Thailand. But March was way better than September, yeah. I went to Copenhagen, Denmark for a Champions League match. And I went to the United States in December, to Boston. So last year was a good year, yeah. I was travelling around a good bit. Soon next month I'll be off to I'm going to be off to Colombia. And then in April, I'm going to Manchester to the Etihad to see Arsenal take on City. Rome, Benidorm, and Gran Canaria this year. Ah, nice. I was in Rome, you know. But have you been to Rome yet? I mean, this year. That's coming, right? You haven't been there yet this year. But you've been there before, right? First question, have you been there before? Second question, when are you going? Because I got some advice for you if you have not been there before. I'm older than I look, guys. But if you haven't been there yet, I got some advice for you. So don't be shy. If you've been there before, you know the score. I went to Rome last March on my own. Then you know the score, yeah? You know what it's like there. Don't take any shit off anyone when you're over there, man. Don't take any shit off anyone. Like, I tell you what happened to me. I went with my ex-wife. I went with my ex-wife maybe 5 years ago. And I'm going to speak openly now, yeah? Don't worry, guys, I'm not going to use any profanity on my channel. But I'm going to speak openly, yeah. Littered with drug addicts. Overrun with illegal immigrants. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. The Irish have gone abroad. I'm Irish. We have gone abroad and we have done some bad shit in America and Australia, yeah? I'm not going to lie. I mean, we're not all angels in my country. But a lot of illegal immigrants in Rome, a lot of crime, massive drug problem open on the streets. And, like, I almost got into a fight with a scammer about access to the Colosseum, actually. So, I was chilled out, guys. Honest now, swear to God, I was chilled out. When I was younger, I was a hellraiser, but I'm chilled out now. So I came out of the subway with the ex-wife, and it was directly by the Colosseum, so we walked over, and we wanted to walk around the Colosseum, you know, because the ticket desk is at the opposite side from where the underground station is, if anybody has been there. Huh? So we came out of the underground station, walking to the ticket desk, it's on the far side. And there was a group of fellas there. No, I'm not going to talk about where they come from. I'm not going to talk about their ethnicity. I'm not going to get into that, yeah. There was a group of fellas there, foreigners. And one of them, I'd say he was maybe like 6'6", at least. Massive guy. And I smelled the rats straight away, yeah. So he came up and he was like, saying about the price to get in, you know, and what he was going to charge us to get in. So I turned around and I said, look, I said, we're just going to have a look, yeah. He was talking to me at this point, yeah. I said, we're just going to have a look. We're going to walk around to the ticket desk and we're going to see what they charge there, yeah. I said, but thank you anyway. That was it. So then he turned around and he realised he wasn't getting anywhere with me, so he started talking to the ex-wife, my wife at the time. Like, he thought that if he managed to talk her, I was going to be like a little bitch and go along with it. So I turned around and I said, look, I'm not already after telling you, I said, we're going to the ticket office and we're going to buy a ticket there. Thanks, but no thanks, yeah. And he kept going on and on and on. He said, look, do you understand do you actually understand what I'm saying to you? Do you actually understand? And he got mad aggressive then, and he squared up. I didn't flinch. So I went on my way. That was it. We went around the ticket desk, and you know what? He was overcharging us. He was overcharging us, guys. It was cheaper, actually, at the official ticket desk. Like, they positioned themselves right at the side where the underground station is, well away from the ticket desk, yeah, well away from the cops, well away from the security. You have to go past them and walk around to the official ticket desk and you can actually get in there for cheaper. They were trying to overcharge. So there you have it, guys. Now, I'm a big man, yeah? I'm not a small guy. I'm a big guy. But this guy was just a monster, a machine. But up here, I was ready to throw the hands with him. I was ready to go and scrap him. But look, these are things you don't want to be doing when you're on holidays, and these are things you don't want to be doing in life. You want to relax and enjoy your holidays. People like that, drug addicts everywhere, begging for money, making it look official with their fucking clipboard and their pen. Fuck 'em. But yeah, I wasn't born yesterday, guys. So that's what I'm going to say, yeah. Yeah, they don't take no for an answer. And then he was kind of like, you know what I mean? He was a big man, a huge guy. That money was not coming out of my pocket, no matter what. I guarantee you. But yeah, it's, you know what it's like there anyway, man. You know what it's like. Just fucking be wide, be wide. And don't get any pictures taken with the fucking gladiators or these Roman fuckers or whatever, you know. Because they try to, two of them go into the photo, then you're paying for two. I never got any of that done when I was there. I just went A to B and that was it. But I enjoyed myself. I liked Rome. And the food, like, you know, man. The food, the restaurants, second to none. Excellent food in Rome. I know that probably sounds like a cliche, but the food in Rome is excellent. I mean, like, a simple carbonara, yeah? In Rome, in the restaurant, your legs be shaking after it. It's unreal how good it is. It's just different level. So yeah, you've got to go to an Italian restaurant and you've got to eat some good food in Rome. That's my advice. Excellent, excellent, excellent food. The restaurants are very good in Rome. Wow. And reasonable, guys. Check it out. Big up to me, man. But yeah, so that was my experience of Rome, yeah. I mean, gone to the fucking dogs. Not to take the fucking buzz out of your trip, man. You're going to have a good time, I'm sure. You're going to have fun. At least you know what it's like, yeah. So do, mate, the food wasn't too bad. I stayed pretty much in the centre of Rome. Yeah, where are we staying? We stayed a couple of subway stops away, but it was a very nice building. Yeah, it had like when you went in through the main entrance, there was like a courtyard and like some more apartments. So you had like the courtyard and then looking up at the inside of the building, yeah. Like it was very beautiful, yeah. It was very green, lots of flowers. Just very nice, yeah. Like artisan almost. Fucking nice. Have to say. And safe. You know what I mean? There was no shit there. I liked Rome, but like that's something you gotta be aware of. You literally have to turn around and tell them to fuck off. And that is the last thing you want to be doing. It was the last thing I wanted to be doing. In October I went to Benidorm, it was lovely. That's a place I've actually never been. Canaries. I was in Lisbon. I was in Madrid. I was never in Barcelona. But I was in Madrid, Canary Islands, Rome. I was in Milan last month. Last month I was in Milan for the Inter Milan Arsenal game at the San Siro. A friend bought it. I have content on the channel, guys. You want to look at it. just for ourselves to enjoy. But yeah, I went to see the Inter Arsenal game, and of course they won 3-1. But at the San Siro, you know, the stadium actually, I see now they got the Winter Olympics there at the moment. The San Siro is falling down. It's absolutely falling down. Do you know what I mean? It needs a serious overhaul. 75,000 were in there for the Champions League game, guys. And that were just Inter fans, really. I mean, it's a big city. Think of all the AC fans out there. So they filled the stadium anyway at 75,000. And incredible atmosphere. Arsenal won. Luckily enough, on the night, we won, which was brilliant for me to witness it. Little bit lucky. Inter on the counter. They're excellent with Lautaro Martinez up front. He's like, the ball just sticks to him. But yeah, it's not my first time being in Milan, but I liked it. Milan is nice. And for any single man, maybe hard to get them actually, but the Italian women, beautiful. But that's it for me. I think I'm going to Japan in February next year. Wow, that's a place I always wanted to go. I always wanted to go to Japan. Maybe you can go get a Hattori Hanzo sword, and then you can go back to Rome, take care of a few things. If you get to Okinawa, try to get yourself a Hattori Hanzo sword. You know what I mean? Japanese steel. Great movie. But fucking, I always wanted to go to Japan. That is a long flight. Jeez. That is a long flight, man. My place where I want to go is Thailand. Yeah, I was there twice last year. My first time. Obviously I went as a single man, yeah. I mean, you can have fun if you're with a partner there, if you're with a lady, but I definitely would say it's for the single lads, myself. 20-hour flight with a stop off to Japan. Jesus. Yeah, I'm flying to fucking Colombia to Medellin next month. Medellin. That's 14 hours with a stop off in Madrid. But yeah, fucking hell. I've been to Thailand twice. I was in Pattaya, Bangkok and Pattaya. And the second time I went last September, I went to one of the islands off the coast of Pattaya, and I really, really like the islands. I really like the islands because you see the locals there, you see the real Thailand. In the touristy areas, you just see tourists. I can go direct, but that means going London Heathrow. No, I can. But yeah, like I said anyway, Thailand. I prefer like going to the islands because you see the real Thai people there and there's less tourists, you know. When I went last March, it's almost a year ago now, it was just flooded with tourists. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, they tend to go into... Okay, it was extremely hot, yeah. That's one thing I would say. Don't go in March, yeah. It's extremely hot. It's way too hot. Trust me, I can take the heat. I was in Venezuela for 6 months. Thailand is a different level. It's very close to the equator. It's extremely hot. I mean, you couldn't even enjoy a beer. It's just uncomfortable. But what I would say is, don't go in March, go when it's a bit cooler, because it's better for us. It's way too hot in March. So, yeah, but there's a lot of fellas there, they were just, I know it was hot, yeah, but like, I mean, if you're going to go there, do something, yeah, but they just kind of like, they just propped up the bar for the whole fucking day, a lot of guys. I mean, I know it's hot, yeah, fair enough, I get it. But with a baseball cap and a pair of shorts, you're sorted, you know what I mean? Pair of shades, pair of shorts, and a baseball cap is all you need. But yeah, to be propping up the bar for the whole day when you make the trip all the way to fucking Thailand, it's a bit of a waste if you ask me. It's just my opinion, a bit of a waste. Like, I like a beer like the next man, but propping up the bar when you travel all the way to Thailand, when there's so much nature and beauty to see when you're there, you're going all the way to Thailand, guys. Like, that's my Thailand top, yeah, the football jersey. I have 2 of them now, home and away. But I mean, go out and do something. I can take the heat. Yeah, I just saying it's really hot. Yeah, I mean it's uncomfortable. It's not too bad on the coast, but if you go to Bangkok, that was my mistake. I went to Bangkok for a couple of days at the end of the trip, and it's just the city and the heat. It was just too much. That was my mistake. Actually, by the seaside was actually okay, to be fair. But like in a big city like Bangkok, and the public transport the way it is, trying to get around, you're new there, you don't speak the language. I was on my own. I mean, it was, the heat was just, in Bangkok was just too much. Just, like, it's like being under a magnifying glass. At least on the coast, you had the beach and the breeze. In Bangkok, wow. So that was it. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be nice and warm in Medellin anyway, not as bad as fucking Bangkok. Alright guys, Thomas Frank is gone. He's out the gap. Winless in their last 5. Spurs remain without a Premier League victory in this calendar year. Atmosphere said it all. Spurs fans are ready for change. That's it guys, he's out the gap. Traveling on your own is a fun. Can do what you want when you want. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. And when you don't have anyone in your life, and like Thailand is a good place to meet women. They're nice women in Thailand. You know what, the Buddhist culture in Thailand, the Buddhism, I mean, they're kind to people in Thailand. Like, you ever look on YouTube, you might see like them beating up a foreigner. Trust me guys, he was doing something. Or he disrespected someone. He did something they did not like as a foreigner. If you do that, obviously, you're going to go to the funeral home. They'll snap you like a twig. I mean, the guys over there are ripped. They're not carrying any excess weight. Zero. They work very hard. Obviously, they do Thai boxing as well, I'm sure. But they work extremely hard in Thailand, in a hot country. They don't have money to go and have a doner kebab, do you get me? Or to be like knocking back the beer. So they're all ripped, the Thai guys. But trust me, they will kick the shit out of you. If you cross the line with them, yeah. They're nice, they're friendly, but if you do something they don't like, I check your dental plan and your health insurance anyway before you do something like that, because it could be a very painful lesson. Very painful. I mean, they are tougher than us, yeah. And I'm Irish. We're no pussies. But the Thais are tough. And when I say tough, I mean tough. I mean, they are tough. Even the dogs are tough. The cats are tough. Everyone's tough in Thailand. They're nice to foreigners, yeah, and they're Buddhist. It's about peace and love and understanding. But if you cross the line with them, leave the bar without paying. Disrespect one of the women. Adios muchacho. You don't need to kiss ass, yeah? Just be nice. If me and my missus end up splitting up, off the dam for a week. I've been there twice. And I went as well with an ex-partner, yeah, when we were together. And she paid for me to go to the... I'm trying to kind of keep it clean as much as I can, but she paid for me to go to the banana bar, the world famous banana bar in Thailand, in Amsterdam. She paid for me to get in there, yeah. So we went up, we had a couple of drinks. I was with the missus at the time, so I wasn't up for any bit of slap and tickle, a bit of hanky-panky and all that crap. But I enjoyed it, and it was an eye-opener. We walked through the streets, and it was fun. You know what I mean? If me and my missus end up splitting up off the dam for a week, off to Amsterdam, and Thailand is like Amsterdam on steroids, though. Thailand is way better. Thailand is way better than Amsterdam. Thailand is way better than Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a very small city. I mean, I lived in London for a while. I've been to New York. Zurich, where I am here, is actually small, yeah. Amsterdam is like the same size. After you've seen a city the size of London, I think everything is kind of small, really, isn't it? But Amsterdam is very small and compact. But I like it there. I like it there. Obviously, there's weed all over the place, but it's legalised. Streets are clean. The streets are safe. The police are there if they're needed, but they just let things roll on. Everything is legalised. Like when I was in the Banana Bar, which is like one of the biggest strip clubs there, they had like a lot of bouncers, a lot of doormen, like Dutch guys, a little bit older. Looked like they have lived. I mean, their faces, you could see these guys have lived there. And they were all like massively built, yeah, but wearing suits. Had a couple of kickboxers in there if there's any problem. I mean, it's safe. They keep it safe for the tourists, yeah. They want the tourists to be safe, to be relaxed, to pay money, to spend money. Amsterdam is very, very safe. Thailand as well, because of the culture, yeah, it's Buddhism. Do you know what I mean? Live and let live. You know, it gets mad bad rap. Obviously, if you're going on Soy 6, like 6th Street in Pattaya, it's like the Wild West. I was with a Thai girl there, and she took me down the street with her. She put her arm around me so I didn't get fucking lynched by all the women. But there must be at least... It's a small street. There must be maybe 100 go-go bars, strip clubs, where you can kind of bit off on the football area, but where you can actually negotiate with the women for their services. And I'd say there's maybe, no exaggeration, at about midnight or 11 p.m. when it gets really full, all the workers come out at the bars. 3,000 of them. I'm not joking, you know, yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I'm actually not exaggerating. I mean, at one bar there could be 60. And they're all wearing like the same outfits, yeah, from each different bar. So yeah, but yeah, there could be maybe 3,000 of them on one street there. But they'd tear you to pieces, man. They would tear you to fucking pieces. I mean, if you walk down there on your own without a woman, they'd literally tear you apart. But I went down there with a woman and she showed me the street and they're respectful, you know, they were smiling and waving, you know, and they were like, oh, look at the two of them together, that's nice. Walk on your own. Open season. It's like Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Hard Target, you know what I mean? It's open season on your ass if you walk down on your own. The lady boys, there's a lot of them. Yeah, I was there. Nah, I maybe would, but hopefully not. But when I know you're joking now, but when I was there was like, I saw a guy, I think he was actually English. There's a load of Germans there, a load of Germans, and a load of Australians. But when I was there was like, there was a guy there, I think he was English, and he was with his girl, and they were young enough, and he looked freaked out of his mind. That's what it looked like to me anyway. He looked like he was at his wit's end. I mean, go there once in your life. Yeah, look, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, it's... Look, I went there as a single man, yeah, divorced. And the food, excellent. The weather, fantastic once you're not in Bangkok. Once you're not in the oven of Bangkok. Lady boys, loads of them. But they keep to themselves, they mind their own business. I mean, obviously it's guys wearing dresses, simple as that. I mean, if you can't see it, you need your head examined. Like, I'm not disrespectful, but I was walking along and it was 3 of them walking towards me, and it was literally 3 guys wearing dresses. 3 Thai guys. I'm not joking, you know, yeah, they weren't doing it for a dare or for a laugh, they were actually, you know what I mean, providing a service. So they were walking towards me with dresses on. They were taller than me and broader than me. Hands like shovels. I just laughed. They had beards. Trust me, guys, I wasn't drinking that much. I was sober when I seen them. So I was like, fucking hell. It was just 3 guys with dresses on. Walking up the road. That's all there was about that. Yeah, but Thailand is different level. It's... But like I said, they're respectful as well, you know. The Buddhism, the islands are nice. The weather is fantastic. The food is fantastic. It's so cheap, it's unreal. You're like a millionaire over there. Also, you're going to buy some fake stuff, yeah. They have a lot of fake designer goods. Some of the fakes are good, some are bad. That's all I would say. In Bangkok, they have better fakes, yeah. At the MBK shopping centre in Bangkok is the famous one. So if you go to the MBK, it's like a place you'd go for like half a day. You can sit down and have a bite to eat. I recommend it because the place is like just enormous. Like Bangkok is the size of London. It's that big. It's enormous city. It's up there with New York and London. It's enormous. Yeah, but they have some good knockoff gear, yeah. If I go, I'm off to Phuket. Yeah, you can fly to Bangkok, and then you can take a connection from to Phuket. I stayed near Bangkok. I stayed, and then I went to Pattaya, just 2 hours by road. And then I got the ship to the island, which is like 45 minutes with the boat across to the island of Koh Larn, and it was amazing there. I really liked it, just pure chilled out. And if you're bored there, you can just head into Pattaya for the day and get the boat back. It's like €2, like €2? €1 to go there. Like, what's that in pounds? Like 80 pence. 80 pence to take the ferry to the island, yeah. I mean, everything's really cheap. The tuk-tuks are flying around the place, but they're rip-off. Tuk-tuks are rip-off in Thailand, yeah. I mean, maybe do it once to experience it, but know that you're going to get ripped off price-wise, yeah. They're going to rip you off big time. You will get ripped off. Spurs relegation threat is real. From top 4 to trapdoor. 4 hours and 30 minutes to Gran Canaria. That's nothing. I've been on 15-hour flights. Yeah. I went to Venezuela once and I got a connection through Istanbul. That was a long flight. Turkish Airlines. But yeah, 4 hours and 30 minutes is nothing, yeah. Thing is, when you're on a long haul flight, it's a big plane. Got a little bit more space. There's a lot of movies. And you're going to be on the plane for a long time. So, kick back. Relax. Because you're going to be on the flight for a long time. Yeah, Thomas Frank is out of there, guys. Who will Spurs turn to after Frank sacking? Did Serbi, Lesnar, or Poch? Back to Pochettino. Frank's position had become untenable. It was a matter of when, not if. Alright, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream. Yeah, I'll be back on later tonight. I'll be watching the Premier League game, Manchester City taking on Fulham at the Etihad. So make sure you tune in for that. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it, yeah. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I appreciate it. I don't know, is that actually your name in the thing? But yeah, big up to you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. And I'll be back on tonight to see the Man City and Fulham game. I want to thank everybody for your continued support, guys. All your likes, your subscribes, and your comments. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you tonight for Man City taking on Fulham. That's your name, is it? Scott. Alright, man. Big up to you, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Dave, yeah. OSG, Old School Gunner. But my name is Dave. So big up to yourself, man. Thanks for tuning in. And a pleasure as always. And take it easy, yeah. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for your support. Peace. And let's all hope and pray that the Spurs relegation goes ahead. Adios, muchachos.